All right, so we're here with Jared Wolpert and his new game, Gear Grinders. Jared, why don't you tell us a little bit about the game, give us a quick overview, go through some of the mechanics, and tell us what separates this game from the rest.
Okay. Well, this is a steampunk-themed arena combat. It's kind of a death match. It's last person standing wins in the game. Some of the mechanics used in the game, your resources, steam, of course, and it builds up throughout the game. The arena also will kind of change up strategies as there are vents located throughout the arena. They can either be on or off. And the vents will allow you to build up steam faster, but at a cost of your health. And there is no healing, so every little bit adds up, so you have to make your choices wisely. In the center of the arena, gears will show up at random intervals, and the gears can be used to modify any of your character's stats, your either attacks, defense, or movement modifiers.
Okay, so it's strictly a 4-player game?
2 to 4 players.
2 to 4 players, all right. And what's the MSRP on this?
$29.99.
And is it distributed through game stores, through your website?
It is not through my website, roll1games.com.
roll1games.com. And how about are there any special mechanics, anything different in it that kind of you came up with on your own, or something that you're really proud of that sets it apart?
One of the things is the resource management and the gears, the style of the play. I'd say if you compare it to any kind of computer games, maybe not quite a MOBA like League of Legends or Dota Heroes of the Storm or anything, but each player is a different character, and each character has their own kind of flavor to them. Each character's attacks are uniquely theirs, the abilities they have, the size of their life, their steam tanks.
Okay.
And I am going to go ahead and...
They're off! And they're off! No, you got -3, that'd be 1.
Sorry.
He's forgetful. He's an old man.
The old man just blew up. Give him a minute.
But if he gets a 6, he can move right on up in there.
That's when pain happens.
Yep.
You have any cards or anything?
Go ahead.
Play this card. Let me see your hand.
What is that?
Same card.
La 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 la.
So basically that was a big... Oh! That was actually a pretty good card. That was basically a shield.
Yeah.
Alright. And 1. Get 1 for that. So...
Blep. Blep, blep.
And
Okay, so Jared, if you wouldn't mind, kind of walk us through a typical turn or a player action for a turn.
Okay, on a standard turn, it begins with you have cards in your hand. Up to 3 cards is your hand size. So if you're below your hand size, you'll want to draw your cards. Okay, then after that, you'll want to gain a steam on your character. You'll always generate 1 steam per turn for your character. After doing that, you will roll the event die and movement die. And this will indicate if the steam vents will be on or off, or if a gear shows up in the arena. The movement die you'll add to your movement on your character, so you can see how far you'll be able to move that turn. Now, you don't have to move your max, or you don't have to move at all if you get into a position you like. From there, you'll be able to play cards from your hand if you can. Now, for instance, in this ability, say this is Spanner Cock Socket versus some other people, she has enough movement to run into the center and grab a gear, which can help power her up. Or she has the option, if she actually just moves 1 and uses her center attack ability with enough steam, she could attack both people at the same time, but she's giving up the opportunity to get the gear that someone else could now run in and get.
Okay.
So you do have choices, and if the events were on, it might be good to go in, build up some steam, run out, hit. You could lose your gear if you don't have a plan to get out of the way, especially if you're going up against a larger hitting character.
So the characters, it's kind of an asymmetrical where each of the characters has different abilities. They're not all the same, correct? Okay, and then there's some hand management that goes on with it as well?
Well, the hand management is basically just your cards in your hand. Some cards will allow you to gain steam on your turn. There are some cards, too, that allow you to dodge out of the way of an attack. So after the person has spent their steam thinking they're going to attack you.
Okay.
So there are some cards you can hang on to if you're trying to plan a move out, but since you can only have up to 3 cards in your hand, you won't be able to draw more until you get rid of some.
All right. And what's the typical playing time?
Playing time can vary between 30 minutes up to 2 hours that I've seen. It just depends on how careful people want to play it or not. We've had some matches where if you get the right draws and the right rolls, you can hit people really hard, really fast.
Okay, so it's dependent upon the aggressiveness of the players, and does it matter the number of players, if it's 2 to 4, or is it strictly more the type of player?
It's the type of the player. Okay. Now, if you have 2-player game, it is going to run a bit slower because it's going to take longer time for you to close in with each other.
Okay.
So usually, the more people, the better the game gets as it goes on.
Well, that's different. Usually, usually less players is shorter time, but it's actually kind of maybe the opposite in this one. So, all right. And I know, first off, congratulations, because these tables have been packed all convention long here at CincyCon. 2 tables running with demos. Been very hard to get in here to get some interviews with you. But I do appreciate your time. And again, look for it on his website. That's roll1games.com. And you're not going to be at Origins. What about Gen Con?
Gen Con, I will have events on, I believe it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
But none on Sunday, I don't believe, this year. You can check the Gen Con events for it, Gear Grinders. They have listed it as 1 to 8 players, but this is a 4-player game. We are going to be running 2.
I got you.
2 tables of it.
And then any other cons besides that, the small regional cons or anything?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.